Hi everyone, and it's your girl Joan coming your way today. And you see, very importantly, I want to say thank you for being a part of this journey with me. Thank you for being a part of my community. And if you're just meeting me for the very first time, you're in the right place, right? Let me tell you one of the reasons why I believe community is important, especially in the 21st century. If you ever plan to do anything that will have to do with tech, will be online, or AI will be involved, you definitely need a community. If not for anything, to learn and to have a support system. You see, I wrote down in my notes and I'm going to be sharing with you some very, very important things why community is important. However, many times we self sabotage. We self sabotage when we are a part of a community, but we don't do what we are supposed to do. We are like, okay, if this person does not like my post, I'm not going to like this person's post as well. If this person does not leave a comment on my post, I'm not going to, leave a comment. If they are not sharing my content, I'm not going to share theirs too. But there's a downside to that, right? There is nothing like being in a community where there is similar vision, everyone is driving and headed for the same goal, and everyone is ready to support one another. And very quickly, I'm just going to be running through the reason why community is important. First of all, community is important for you to promote your work. So, for example, even if you're a content creator, maybe not even on YouTube, but you are employed as a content creator for a non-profit, for a business, for an organization, having a community where you can actually share your content and say, oh, everybody, I just got this job, and in order to maintain this job, one of my KPI is to ensure that they have more followers and more engagement. When you have a community like that, you can always drop your contents on that community and say, guys, help me engage. And if your community is a community that loves you, right, they will support, right? And this is why it is important that when you join a community, share the information about that community with your local network. So, for example, the community we are creating right now, we keep telling people share the link so that other people can join. If you find yourself in a community where you don't share the link and people from your own end, people who know you, don't join, you will, at least at the beginning, you may not really have people engaging what you're sharing because they are meeting you for the first time. But when you join a community and you bring in people into that community, you have at least a few persons who even know you and know what you're about. So in the beginning, these are the people that will also drop a reaction on your post, like your post as well, and others will see and want, okay, what's going on here? Okay, let me like it as well. This person is getting engagement here, what's going on here? And they will check. But when you join a community and they're like, oh, share the contents of this, share the link rather for other people. Sorry, there's a plane flying over. So when you join a community and they're like, share the link to this community so that people can join, you are not only doing that community a favor, you are doing yourself a favor, because when you drop content on that community, one of the earliest people that will engage what you have to share is at least the ones that know you, and then even the ones that you're meeting afresh on that community will join as well. So this is so important. When you're in a community, you get to have your work promoted. I talked about content. What about YouTube? YouTube, you are starting your YouTube channel, or maybe you've even started already, and you want engagement, you want more views, you want more like, you want more comments. Having a community like that can help you gain support. Let me tell you something. Many of the people who teach you strategies, who teach you, who are your coaches and all, some of them may not tell you this, but you need community to grow. Many of those people that are trending on TikTok, on Twitter, on YouTube have a community. They share their contents to or with, and this community engage immediately. So when they engage immediately with the comments, with the likes and all, the algorithm will favor their post, and so their post to get to the right faces. So one of the reasons why you may be struggling as a content creator, as a YouTuber, as a TikToker, is because you do not have a community that can immediately engage what you have to share, that can comment, that can like, that can also share for you. So I cannot overflog the importance of being in a community. So if you are in a community, share the link. Let people like you join the community as well, because while the community is growing, and the more the community is growing, the more favor it will bring to you. So for example, if you're just starting your YouTube channel and you have a community of over 1,000 people, at least you will get, even if it's 100 subscribers from that community. Yes, from 1,000, 10%. If you have a community of 1,000 people, you can get at least 100 people to subscribe. So what are you waiting for? Go share the link of the community with someone so that that community can have a large number. And when a community has a large number, the benefit would also come to you as well. What it means is that you have more people that can engage your content, that can share your content, that can like or maybe subscribe or follow you, and you should follow back as well. Because many times it is because some persons feel they are engaging other people's content and their own contents are not being engaged, which leads me to the next thing. If you're not engaging other people's comment, they will see it content rather. So if, for example, we are in a community and I see your comments on my post, when I see your own post, I would most likely comment. So you're asking people to leave a comment, to like your post, to share your post, but you don't do the same for them. I mean, it's going to be clear on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube. You can see the name of the person who is liking or leaving a comment on your post, and since you belong to the same community, you would also do the same as well. So choosing not to engage or leave a comment, or just be a part of a community, will actually be a downside on the person that does not. Because when I see a name consistently leaving a comment on my content or consistently liking my post, I would also do the same for the person. But when you're like, oh, I'll wait for them to do for me first, you might not do anything. So sometimes you might actually need to be the one to take the first step. And you may not believe me, but the truth is that the seed we sow is what we reap. So if you keep doing that, eventually you reap the seeds you're sowing. Anyway, let me not flog this any further. The next thing is, in a community, you get to ask questions, you get to get support. So as a content creator, as a person that is using AI, that use Canva, that use CapCut, you can ask questions and people can always share their experience and what has worked for them. You're trying to pay, for something in dollars, you don't know what platform to use, etc. You can ask questions in a community and you get the answer. Right. Another advantage of being a part of a community is that you get to see further opportunities. So when there's a community like that and there's a project, there's an opportunity, you get to see, because someone will post, someone will share, so that everyone can follow, everyone can like. Maybe there's an opportunity like a giveaway or something, right? So being in a community will also help you to access more opportunities, because you have a larger and a wider range of people that you're meeting. And so when an opportunity is shared, you'd also have access to it, right? So a community helps you when you're actually naturally creative. So one of the things you need to also do when you're in a community is to ensure that you're creative. And that is why it is important that you understand your niche, that you find your niche, find something you're good at. If you're good at singing, fine, stay with singing. If you're good with voiceovers, stay with voiceover, right? If you're good with content creation, stay with content creation. And if you're versatile, that's fine. So the important thing is ensure you understand your niche, ensure you're playing in a field where you already have strong tendencies, you have the skills, you have a liking for it. Don't start off in an area where you're already stressed out or you really feel stressed, doing it. Make sure you're doing something that you like, that you're passionate about, something that you're okay and you're happy doing. It doesn't look like work, right? The moment you're doing something that consistently looks like work and there is no sort of fulfillment or excitement that comes from it, you may get burnout, you may get burnt out. Yeah, so it's important that you enjoy what you're doing, because even though you're working, because you're enjoying it, it does not feel like work, right? So another thing is early adopters. A lot of people are always like, oh, let's wait, let's watch and see. And by the time they join, they are joining something that is overly saturated. I want to advise you today, be an early adopter. If you're seeing something new, if you're seeing a new platform, a new initiative, stop saying, okay, I want to wait to see, because if you wait to see, you lose the opportunity of an early adopter. Every single thing that is successful today, the earliest adopters are the people who benefit the most from it. For example, the community I'm creating right now, the earliest set of persons that are joining are the early adopters, meaning that they'll be one of the most prominent people in that community. And so the day you join, that day becomes your own early adoption, right? And the people that join after you will come after you. So the earlier you join something that is forward driven, purpose driven, impact driven, the best for you. If you keep waiting and you're like, oh, I want to see what is going on here, I want to see what is going on here, you miss that chance of being an early adopter. And by the way, you can always do your research. When you see something online, go search on Google, go do your research, search them on LinkedIn, search them on Instagram. Try to find who the founder of that initiative or movement is. Go and do your research, go and read up about them, read their contents, read what they have out there, and just by doing that, you will know if this is something worthy of your time and investment, or if it is something you should just pass on, right? If you should just move on, or if you should actually give your time and attention to it. So do not always be scared of trying out something new. Be an early adopter, but make sure you do your research. Do your research. Do your research. When you do your research, you'd find the truth. Another thing about this community I'm building is that we have weekly check-ins, right? At least in the course of this course where I'm teaching you how to earn with AI, tech, and remote work generally. So in the course of the course, we'll be having weekly check-ins where you can actually ask questions. I know that some of these tutorials are some tutorials that you can find on YouTube. I mean, they are public, they are everywhere, but there may be some questions you may not be able to ask the owners of those YouTube channels, maybe because they have a large audience, or because they are so busy, or because they may not be able to have a one-on-one. At most, you might leave a comment and they might reply your comment. But being a part of a community like this, where we have weekly check-ins, allow you to have a personalized answer. So you can ask your question and it is more personalized to you. There is more time and more attention given to your own particular needs. So being a part of a community cannot be overflogged. In this 21st century, be plugged into a community. And I'm glad you are a part of this community, because there is so much that is in store for us, right? We are going to be dividing the three things we're talking about into three. We have earning with AI, earning with tech tools, and doing remote work. Remote work includes affiliate marketing, content management, voiceovers, having your own songs on Spotify, right, and earning money from it, and a whole lot. So just make sure you think through it, think about it. What niche would you want to settle for? What niche do you want to go into? The entire curriculum will be available, and you can now decide what you want. And at the end of the day, you're not going to be writing an exam as a member of this community. All you just need is submit your product or what it is you've done. So for example, if you choose the voiceover aspect, if you want to use AI for voiceover, you want to become a voiceover artist, voiceover for industries, for ads, whatever. What we need you to do is create something and submit it. And when we see that you've been able to create something with what you've learned, you get your certificate. So if you're a content creator, okay, and you've taken the course on how to use ChatGPT to create content, mind you, you're not going to be learning just the regular ChatGPT prompt. We're going to be teaching you like bigger ways, like really, really bigger ways to make your work and life easier, right? So when you do that and you have your channel, maybe your Instagram page, or even your YouTube channel or TikTok, whatever the case may be, you go ahead and create something and submit it. Let us see what you've done. And what is happening is that you are already creating your portfolio, because even if you want to get a remote work, Many people may not ask you about your academic background. They would want to see your portfolio. What have you done? So the essence of everything we are going to be learning here is for us to actually create something. So if you want to be a YouTuber, we want to see the channel you've created, we want to see the content you've created based off the knowledge you've learned from this community. And when we see that, we'll certify you. And why are we doing this? We want you to have a portfolio because you need a portfolio to get a job. And just in case you want to be your own boss, you also need a portfolio to measure your own progress. So have a portfolio for yourself. Even if you do not plan to apply for a job, you can have a portfolio for yourself to actually remind yourself of how you started, how the journey has been, and where you're going. I'm sure you've come across a post or a content either on Instagram or TikTok or even on YouTube of someone talking about their journey of where they started, when they started, their initial likes, followers, or number of clients, or the amount they were charging initially. And then you see them show you how they have made progress, how they've gone from this to that, how they have moved from A to Z. And also having a portfolio and documenting your journey is not just useful for applying for a job, but even if you want to be your own boss, it is useful for you to measure your own growth, right? So this is what we're about, and on the community we'll be asking for the questions. And just in case you're wondering, okay, what are they talking about here? Well, my name is June Nanolua, and I'm the founder of Lifesaver Intervention Initiative. This is a non-profit, and I'm offering, or let's say I'm having a free of charge training on how to learn and earn with AI tools, tech tools, and remote work. So that is it. That is what this is about, right? But then the link to join is there. You can check the description section of this video. You can join us and be part of what we do. But like I said, further conversations will be going on in the community, and we are going to certify those who pull through to the end. And if you still have questions, feel free to ask your questions. And by the way, have you subscribed to my YouTube channel? Yeah, subscribe. Well, I have over 1,000 subscribers already. I'm eligible for monetization, but of course, I want to get to 100, right? 100K. So help me achieve this by clicking the subscribe button and turning on your notifications so that when next I'm leaving a video or I'm putting out the content, you'll be the first to get it, right? So if you have more questions you want to ask, you can ask in the comments, or better still, you can ask in the community. You can send the message to the admin and we are going to answer your questions. And eventually we're going to be sharing the curriculum of everything we're going to be doing. And if there are topics you think you would want us to address, or something that you feel should be the curriculum or is not there, you can always reach out to us and we'll find the way around it, right? We will find the way around it, yes. So thank you for your time, and once again, my name is June Nanolua, and this is my YouTube channel. See you next time. Bye.